sometimes the research is so surreal that I struggle to keep a firm grip on this reality. And my heart knows that. It's faster when I'm working, and I'll sometimes get those little stabs in your chest from anxiety. It does a number on me. I can only drink the coffee that the Casanas make once in a while. Otherwise, I'll toast, space out, and need a day off. So instead of coffee, I go to Mama. Thinking about Mama grounds me best. I keep a lot of her things around my office. I have a stuffed bear of hers in my backpack here right now, actually. It was one of her favorites. I didn't know her very well. She was quiet, silent mostly, and she liked to eat apples on the porch. We sat together there all the time, but kept to ourselves. Well, she did. You know how if Mom or Papa asks, "Hey, honey, how's school?" you go blank and just say, "It was good," or "It was okay," or "It was fine." It frustrates parents to no end, but because she was such a vacuum, I just had to tell her everything. And she listened and smiled, and she treated me right this way. She really kept an ear out, but I just had to talk about every little crush or bully. I'd even yap about all the animals I'd see over the fence. I used to play soccer after school, and she'd bring her apples and notebook and watch, just like how I watch little Lauren today when she plays with her team. But you know, every once in a long while, Mama had to say something. Sometimes she just couldn't bear to keep herself a secret anymore. I remember this one late night. She was on the porch, holding some papers in her hand. No apples anywhere, and she was completely still. So I thought that she fell asleep with her notebook. The papers had some childish drawings of happy people, and I was just going to put them aside. The moment I touched those drawings, she got up, fast, yelling, and loud too. It was just one of those few times I remember. "Maya, stay back." Those words always. "Maya, stay back." She always felt real sorry after and apologized. That night in particular was the first it happened, so I was a little shocked, but I soon knew that she would always sit back down. She never wanted to insult anyone for long. Back in her chair, she told me that ever since she was little, she knew she was in the wrong place. Not the wrong town or country. I mean, the whole world was wrong for her. The earth, the universe. It was all backwards from what she knew. And the funny thing is, I believed her. Totally. From the first word. But the reason I still believe is because she pressed my hand against her chest. She teased, "Do you know what's wrong, Maya?" And I was a smart girl. I knew. The heartbeat was on the wrong side. It sounded off, too. She said something switched her out. She told me more later, and maybe I'll tell you. But what's important is that she always believed she was just plain old unlucky, and that this was just how her life was supposed to go. That's just wrong. That wasn't fair for her. And I think she kept to herself and stayed quiet so that she could stay here. She didn't want to like it did when she was young. I think that made talking to me more valuable to her. We both felt we were outside of the rest of the world, and that could change at any moment. Together, outside of a bubble, always an understanding between us. Maybe because a little bit of that old world passed down to me. I always knew I had to be careful, but not too careful. I could go play soccer and get in trouble because we knew I was already affected. My heart, it's always been in the middle of me. Fate's funny too.
Vask E. Dorian. That's right. Good. You're awake. I'm uncertain of how much your experience you remember, or whether you understand the condition you're presently in, but what do you remember?
Eternity underground.
Yes, interesting. We have similar reports coming in from other draft dodgers. I will be the first to inform you that, more likely than not, you have developed false, fantastical memories under deeply distressing circumstances. To be a young man like yourself, on the run, being pursued in your own country, the mind can only take so much before it resorts to pure fantasy. I will believe what you experienced, Dorian, but it is not, as you might call it, objective reality. However, I sympathize with you, and I'm glad you've fallen into the right hands. Good hands. At least mine are steady. My brain would have insulated itself in its imagination the same way as yours, had I been in your place, Dorian.
It was real.
I believe that the physical effects of your transformation deeply impaired your sense of time and direction. We've made estimates, but we haven't fully evaluated the damage to your own sense of self. What we do know is that you remain very disoriented. We don't know the full extent, but you could very well be in a hallucinatory state at this moment. There are many medications in you that are taking the pain off your shoulders, but also inducing a kind of severe inebriation.
Everything.
Yes, I know. You must be in a lot of it too. Yes, everything must hurt, I know. I want to give you your diagnosis and a few questions before you return to sleep. Is that acceptable to you?
No. No choice.
I know, Fate. Dorian, we've determined that you have A.W.S. Don't ask how we got that name, because frankly, its origin sounds like it may have come out of alternate American folklore, which is baseless. But the science does show this. Your anatomy has been stretched to near impossible limits, definitive human limits. But we managed to isolate your vital organs and retain a significant portion of skin, bone, and muscle. A lot is missing, and you are going to look very different from this day forth, Dorian. People will not recognize you like before, and the public at large will generally, well, they will see you as a stranger, Dorian. Inevitably, some will not even understand you. Here, we want to make this transition as easy as possible for you.
Easy.
Yes. We have a variation of the witness protection program here at the hospital. You're at the Walt Disney Center in D.C., by the way. Many of our A.W.S. patients here have chosen new names as part of their first step in their journeys. Would you be open to that? What name would you like me to write from now on?
My middle name.
Dorian E. Vask. Let's see.
Everett.
That's right. Thank you. Everett.
Now, please, get me